All right, so for those of you guys that are tuning in on YouTube, hello there. We're actually going to be looking at some Raito gameplay. I haven't really done this too often, but since we didn't have a lot of submissions this week, I did want to take the time and kind of break down some like high-level duck hunt play. The cool thing is Raito is doing offline friendlies with a lot of people in Tokyo. Him being a top player, and a lot of the top players actually living in Tokyo as well. He does get a lot of really, really good practice. Like I know at some point here he does fight Shogun. I'm not sure exactly who else he fights, but yeah, I kind of want to break down what he's doing, what things that you can pick up from. He also screws up a lot too, so I'll be sure to point those out as well. So while he is very good and he probably has a lot more knowledge about this game than you guys probably will for a while, yeah, they're still like just players at the end of the day. Like even the best players in the world are going to have times where they mess up, and I definitely want to point those out to you and like tell you like things that he could always improve on, and then like things that you can work on that he does very well that you should definitely incorporate into your gameplay. So let's take a dive, shall we? We'll just do like 5 games. So yeah, definitely very used to fighting Wolf, so I don't think you're going to really find anything too crazy about that. But yeah, like right there, you know how I always complain about reflectors and how you're supposed to play against them. So the funny thing is he did the correct thing by making it actually he didn't even make it bounce on top, but it still went up. But because he wasn't paying attention to what was going on here, he literally just like ran right into it. Yeah, this is from his YouTube channel right here. He also streams pretty frequently too. Very popular. Yeah, he's got like 60,000 subs on here. Like I think Red is actually carried enough by his YouTube now that like I don't think he really has to worry too much about a sponsor. It's just a sponsor would mostly help him in terms of getting more revenue and then also just traveling in general. But yeah, see. So this is a very, very important thing for duck hunt players that I need to point out to you guys that like not a lot of people do. Okay. So one of the easy things that you could do is you could detonate the can here, and either you get a free combo where he gets sent towards you or he gets sent this way. This one's very ambiguous, but I would guess that more than likely... I would guess that a little bit more than likely he'd probably be sent to the right. So this is what Raito does. Instead of detonating this, he's going to wait for a roll. And in this case, like he does the chase down here. Like I think he even does like a brief little hesitation. Yeah, so... Oh no, he was just running. That was just... I got mixed up with this dash. Like I thought he did like a little hesitation there just so he could like potentially go the other way. Yeah, it just calls him out with that. Also, another thing that a lot of people probably wouldn't catch on right here. So right here, he was trying to do like forward throw, can, up air, drag down, but this could also catch a jump too for an up air, drag down too. I mean, a jump. Honestly, something that I don't see enough duck hunt players do as well. This little thing. So he whiffed a grab, and I feel like a lot of duck hunt players are either going to spot dodge or just hold shield. But like he just decides to be aggressive and does a jab to like just stuff out any out of shield option. So like if your opponent's reactions aren't the best, jab is probably gonna be like one of the best things to go with. One reason why you don't go for can in this position is Wolf is heavier than you, so can trade's not gonna really be favorable for you, and resetting neutral is not really something that you want to do. So jab's just kind of like a nice thing. So just in case he does something, you can hopefully beat it out. And if you're too late, oh well, you're not gonna die at 50%. Yeah, so like even right here, he sort of messed up on this little ledge get up interaction right here. Yeah, so like he tried to like jump immediately the second that he did that second double jump, and that was definitely like too early in my opinion. Like even that jump, like if he decided to do like a F tilt or something like that there, this would still get caught by it. So what you want to do in like situations like this is just like kind of wait a little bit, especially if he does another jump. Just kind of hold your ground there, and then if he does a nair, what you can do is when he does this nair up there, you buffer get up attack, and by the time that he lands on the ground, your get up attack will hit him, and you'll just like armor through the hit. So that's kind of what you want to do there, or you can just drop down and then jump up air, because like once he commits to that, you basically have a confirm into up air from there, because he's gonna have that landing lag. I honestly don't know what that roll was. And keep in mind, this is not Wi-Fi, so that was just a natural mistech. But yeah, also remember that you can always get a combo set up from anywhere. So like on a stage like FD, it's actually pretty easy to do like F tilt or down tilt into can from here, and then get the up air from it. One of the easier ones, if you're playing on Battlefield or small Battlefield, preferably small Battlefield since you can actually kill with this, is like back throw, can, jump, and then up air, and then you can get a kill like that. But yeah, I mean, he was sub 100 before he got hit by up air. So actually, something I can point out over here. I have to go back. One more. All right, right here. So like after you do that down tilt, you can run off and then stay in this position. And then if he decides to do wolf flash, you can jump nair and then you'll catch him, and then he's going to probably die there. If you don't know, when Wolf does wolf flash, when he teleports, there's I think it's 2 frames where he actually teleports without a hitbox. So if you throw out a hitbox here, you actually will stuff him out and he can't grab the ledge. And then if he decides to go lower for wolf flare, then you can jump and then down air him, or jump nair. So it's just like a really nice way to cover both options, but it's something that you have to kind of do a little bit more preemptively. And it's like if you're concerned about Wolf's frame data or something like that, let's just kind of break that down real quick. So with Wolf Flash, that startup is frame 18, and then Firewolf is also frame 18. So it's literally the same reaction time between the two. So as long as you put yourself in that position, you can actually just react to both. That's the other thing too with I would say with Wolf Flash and Firewolf, is that if you have like can set up, then you can just do the down air to outrange both of them and just kill him. This is just disjointed enough for that. Yeah, kind of an example of there being no hitbox in that particular area. Yeah, there we go. And you'll notice that, like, before he lost that stock there, Raito actually did have a lot of openings to get the kill on him, but unfortunately, like, he just kind of missed all of them. But, you know, 93%, like, you're just basically 3 combos down at this point. Yeah, again, he kind of forced himself into a position where he was playing RPS, so not really a good position to be in order to, like, play neutral against Wolf. And, like, that was a decision that he actively decided to make. Like there again, not taking into consideration the reflector and all that stuff. So like, there's a lot of things specific to the matchup that he's not considering when playing this right now. Like again, like that was kind of weird. Like even if you got the can there at 0%, you're not really gonna get too much off of that. Yeah, like one of the issues that Raito's doing right now is like all of the projectiles are just kind of coming on this straight path, right down the middle, and Wolf can just literally hold reflector in those instances. What you need to set up against him is you do need to set up like obstacles. So like you want the can to go in the air, so then that way it's going above him, and it's something that he has to actively focus on, and you want him to shift his attention between you and the can. So if you get the can like above him and you get it to like reflect above him, and like you can start pressuring him from the side and like dashing up to him while you're moving the can, then he's going to have to pick and choose on if he's going to like jump and deal with the can or if he's going to deal with you. So if you're too close to him and he's still holding a reflect, you can punish him before the can hits him. But if he decides to like stop it and then jump away, then he's actively choosing to do that, where you can get into position to anti-air him and all that stuff. And that's stuff that Raito's not doing right now. Again, like if you choose the first option here, like Raito pressed jump and then he reacted with back air, that's gonna, more than likely Wolf is always gonna just like keep rinsing and repeating after you. What you want to do is like you want to just like sit there and wait for the Wolf to choose an option, because like more than likely that Wolf is gonna lose patience, and he has a lot of good ways to hit you at ledge. So he's probably going to choose something that you can react to. In this position right here, you actually can roll to can, and he can probably like get back to stage safely and reset neutral. Back throw. That was such a good setup there. What did he call out? I think it was a landing aerial. Yeah. So yeah, remember like Wolf can't necessarily drift too much like once he's committed to his attack. So there he had a pretty good spot to like call out that with an F smash there. But I think he's going to go for that F smash regardless if he threw out an attack or not. Look how important hurt box shifting is right here. Look at this. So, of course, fabulous little sequence there. And then does the little down tilt so that way he crouches under the can when it gets to him and then immediately spaces this thing perfectly. Just so then right when the Wolf lands, he hits him with it. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff right there. Yeah, a little bit too early on the down air. But yeah. See, in this case, he did get a trade, but like that trade was way more favorable to him in that position. Also, like right there, this is a perfect example of how you can punish Reflector. So had Can set up there, and like he literally could just like go up and like smash attack him. Because like I think it actually missed, so he couldn't jump cancel that Reflector anymore. Also, with Can being behind him, there's no way that the Can could actually come up and hit Raito. And even if it gets reflected there, the Can isn't going to get up and do anything. So like he could F smash him, up smash him, down angled F tilt him, down tilt him. Just had a lot of options available. Yeah, I was a little bit too early on that. Yeah. See, like this is exactly the reason why you don't want to commit to hard options. So he's not exactly a death percent, so that's the reason why the F tilt didn't kill there. But like, yeah, just moves up a little bit just in case he does like get up attack or standard get up, so he could do down angled F tilt to him to kill him. Does dash back to catch like any aggressive options or like potentially like air dodge in, and then just like calls it out with down angled F tilt. But yeah, generally they need to be like 145 before they die. Like you have to hit them at 145. Yeah, he's dead. Wait, did he reflect that on the ground? Oh, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't happen. Yeah, normally speaking, like the Can would just stay right there on the ground and not do that weird flag thing it just did. And then from there, he actually would have had a pretty good position. But, you know, unfortunately, it's just like the way that Wolf's Nair is. Wolf's Nair just like is so good and big that like it's real. You can't really use our own Nair to trade with that. But like honestly, yeah, like if Wolf is just coming up with Nair all the time, like that's something that he could have prepared for. And then the other thing too is like if he could have traded with back air, then he would have won that set too. So keep that in mind as well. Like if you need to get the kill, have your back face towards them. But yeah, I don't think Wisdom's in the chat right now, but like, and Wisdom's been complaining a lot about spacing, but he's learning more and more every single day, so that's good. Like right there, just like being right in this position where it looks like you can get hit and just doing that little dash back does so much. And like literally he threw that can out with the intention of getting a free combo off of it, because like he wasn't concerned about like using the can for pressure in this instance. He was just concerned about using it for to extend something or to use it later to dash that way for neutral, just because he knew he didn't have the time to like get a proper ledge setup at this point. Oh god, let me check that hit. I'm not sure if he died to the can or if he died to the F tilt. God, his capture card was acting weird. I think he got hit by both of them, and I think that made like a really weird angle. Oh yeah, Marth Slayer works on Wolf all day long, because like you know how high that hitbox normally goes, and his hurtbox always extends up above it well. Yeah, I think there was like a little bit of Ignis there, because yeah, it's like he looked like he was to the left of the can, but he got the right knockback there. So I'm not sure if the down tilt messed with that at all. That was a really good setup. Yeah. See, like, this is so smart. Basically, he set up the sandwich, and, like, as long as he didn't mess with the can, then he basically would just be able to auto-punish Wolf for going for any aggression right here. If Wolf decided to hit the can there, then most likely his invincibility would run out by the time he's done dealing with the can, and Raito would get a free opening off of that. That's what you use this for. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit like slow with that up air. I'm kind of surprised he didn't land with Nair there. That was such a late up smash. Honestly, he actually probably had a way to kill Wolf there. So you do down smash instead. I mean, less likely to hit, but like you can do Clay Pigeon F smash at this percentage. So Clay Pigeon down smash does work. I think he was just a little bit high though. But yeah, if he did get down smash to connect, which I think the final hit would have connected no matter what, he would have been put like at a very, very low angle there, and it would have been kind of hard for him to recover. Also, the thing too is like everyone messes up that DI too. So yeah, now Raito's playing way more cautiously around the actual reflector. He tried up tilt. It was just really late. Also, is this music just like very soft? I'm assuming it is. Yeah, like if anybody's trying to do landing reflector against you, that's all you need to do to get the kill on them. Just let them land with it and then just kill them. Yeah, like in a moment like this, if you do can, just hold shield, and then like if you hold shield, shield can will punish them. Also, something to keep in mind, because like over here, you probably think that if Wolf held reflector, then you'd get hit by it. But you need to keep in mind the gunman bullet actually gets stopped by the can here, so the reflector actually wouldn't work. So if he really wanted to approach while he was just holding a reflector here, he technically could be able to do that if he wanted to. He just did the shield ping on him. Okay, I'll explain this real quick. So basically, what you can do is if somebody's holding shield, you can actually like just ping the can right outside their shield and it won't explode. And it's really, really annoying for people to deal with just because you keep pressuring their shield. And after it hits it the first time, a lot of people think they can just like drop shield or jump after it. Or the other thing too is that you just navigate it right over their shield and you land it right behind them. So that way you can just get behind them for free and they can't really challenge you. He just did that against a reflector and then he just jumped into a reflected can. How much damage did that do? 9%. Okay, so I don't think he got hit by the reflected can. That might have been like a phantom reflect. Actually, yeah, it might have reflected the shot. It may not have actually reflected the can. Now that I think about it. Did you see where he converted that from? Look at that. Gets thrown off stage while the clay pigeon goes off and still has the ability to get that down angled F tilt on him. That's nutty. It is? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that was such a good place. The hitbox on that forward throw is just like absolutely perfect. Yeah, no. You always got to keep in mind if he hits your shield with F smash, do not grab. Do not grab. Well, that's weird. But yeah, as you see, even good players mess up too. Like I feel like most people at this point know that if Wolf F smashes your shield, you do not ever for your life go for that grab. So he's gonna be a little bit careful with that. Okay, so let me explain some weird duck hunt mechanics to you right there. Okay, so he shines the can, and because he shined the can, it stored the knockback to get reflected in the other position. So yeah. So basically, can went up, he reflected it, and it stored the knockback of going back to the left. So then that way when the gunman hit it, and it kept that stored knockback, and then it just immediately just went right into Wolf right there. Yeah, if he had the can there, then that down there would have been very easy to get. But that was crazy. That looked so late. God, yeah, that hitbox comes out so late. Yeah. When the gunman's eyes flash, that's how you know they're going to shoot. God, what frame is that reflector? Frame 6. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense now. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite things and why pressuring shields is so important as Duck Hunt right here. So, because his ears are exposed... Yeah. Okay, so because his head is exposed and he landed the clay pigeon right here, these parts of the clay pigeon are able to shield poke. So against heavies, you can demolish them with clay pigeon. And that's the reason why that he gets that. Yeah, and it's like literally you have to think like off of that one shield poke, you could potentially get like 60% off of it, or you can just straight up kill them. Or like even 80. Oh wow, that was smart. Basically, he was just calling him out doing some type of ledge jump with that up tilt there, and like that up tilt is what led to at least get 2 guaranteed up airs there. Oof, yeah. Like over there, like because he grabbed ledge already, throwing up like, and like can was already gone. Throwing up a gunman here to like cover him doing like any get up options wouldn't have been a bad idea. Yeah, and like he tried to make a hard call out. But yeah, see, Raito kept in mind that he was going to come down with the reflect, so he did the juke there preemptively to just get around that whole situation. So yeah, he tried to do a shield poke with like up smash right there. No, to be honest, like he could have just back aired him. Like he didn't really have to make it that. He didn't have to make it that complicated. That's why shield poking is very powerful. There were so many things happening there. Whenever like you have like spot dodges versus attacks, like they're just playing RPS like nonstop when that's going on. Just keep that in mind. It's not. There's not really any skills. It's just who happened to guess right. So some characters are able to just like throw out like rock a lot more. I think he traded with Nair. Yeah, see, like, even if they understand the mechanics of Shield Cat, it's just like there's so many useful ways to use it that it's great to use. In that case, because he used down tilt instead of F tilt, like his hurt box was not far enough out to get hit by that up B, so that's how he's able to get that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like honestly, like Raito. So like one big issue that I have a lot with Raito's gameplay right now is that he's consistently always trying to play in that burst range, where like if he guesses wrong, Wolf's gonna win like basically gets like 2-to-1 odds in his favor. Where basically like, oh, if I get this, I'm gonna get double the reward that you're gonna get, and it's like that's kind of like a gameplay philosophy that he's doing with Dawangthang that like I don't really agree with, and I feel like he's always kind of had that edge to him. Like over here, no reason for him to go like all the way this close to here. Like there's you're gambling at this point. Like you're just rolling the dice by doing this. Where if he stayed like back here with the cannon and all that stuff, like Wolf is forced to approach him, and so let's say he stands on top of this cannon, he sees Wolf Blaster come out, he can short hop over it and fair him and get a punish like that. So, like, regardless of what Wolf does here, when he chooses his option, he's already at a disadvantage. And positionally wise, he's at a huge disadvantage just being here. And Raito just controlling this center stage here and forcing Wolf to approach him does a lot more than him coming over here. Because, like, at best at this percent, maybe he gets something like a grab and just tosses him off to do, like, another, like, you know, another ledge trap scenario and all that stuff, which that's very good. But like he can still get that same exact thing, be a lot safer, and cover way more options just by being back over here. Not to mention that he also has the ability to land a clay pigeon and get like at least 2 of them before he gets off stage, before you do like a down air or back air or something like that. I'm much later in the stream. Oh, honestly, like I was probably gonna do like maybe 2 more games in this, and then I was gonna do it. This is game 3 of I think this is the 3rd game so far. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is offline, so that's one where I can definitively say he should have definitely gone for the second clay pigeon there. Because at this actually from there, like he could have done the quad clay pigeon combo, because like it would have eventually led to this platform. And then from there, probably could have gotten the kill with back air. And if the positioning was good, he actually could have killed with F smash as well. It just depends where that final clay pigeon would have ended up. Yeah, unfortunately not watching his opponent there. Takes it. Alright. Good having you, dude. Thanks for the gift subs, dude. For now, you're number 1. be like the greatest moment of your life, being number 1 on the gift subs. Yeah, okay. This is so something that like I'm always talking about is like using ledge jump, and like to give you an idea of like how hard that is to react to. So tries to cover that with that, and then like was oh whoa. 5 gift subs? What? I don't know if this thing hasn't caught up yet or something. Does this mean that we're just like only... Wait, did we hit it? Did we hit it? Or I wonder if it's... Okay, we're definitely saying thanks to that. Yo! Boss sauce! Thank you so much. I think... Wait, 25 emotes. So wait. 5 tier 1 subs. I think I don't... Okay, there we go. Now we got 15 subs. Poggers in the chat. Well then. Yeah, considering that we're here, after I go through this game, I'm going to show you guys the 2 emotes that we're going to vote on. And then I will reveal the winner during the Sephiroth one, but I will definitely make a poll for that. So, Boss Sauce, I know you're leaving. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, do it there, and then I will... I'm definitely going to post the poll there. So definitely stay tuned to that. Yo, thank you so much, dude. Really fucking appreciate it. Means a lot to me, dude. And also, for all of you guys, you can now emote with the whats. You can do the whats. Not quite the voodoos. Not the voodoo. But you can what? You can what now? Yeah, honestly, I do have to think more about like the emotes I want to put in there, because that like now that I'm getting like a lot more subs, like I definitely want to throw. I might move some of the subs around. Voodoo Wang will probably move down to a tier 2. As much as I want to keep that one the tier 3 sub, I just don't think I'm ever going to get one of those. So I'm probably going to move that down to the tier 2 so people can actually use it, because I love Voodoo Wang. I actually want to see people use it. That's like the only issue. It's the best one, but if I keep it there, there's gonna be like only one person using Voodoo Wang. But I feel like tier 2 is good enough. I feel like tier 2 is good enough just because it's like, okay, you care, and I don't really expect people to care more than that. We'll have to see though. I honestly don't know what like Twitch's rules are on all that with like emote sharing and all that stuff. But yeah, we did it. I'll definitely be getting to work. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. And all of you guys in the YouTube audio. Sorry this part's going on for a while, but support's good. Support feels good. All right. Where are we in this set? Yeah. So like unfortunately there he like also hit the can as well. So like that was the one reason why I was gonna get that. Take care, dude. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty optimal place to put it there, because now, you know, he got to pressure him a little bit more. Can't go off stage to hit him. This is a pretty bad position, though. Okay, so the reason why that can was not bad is if he did go for the can trade there, and then, like, he actually got hit by it, depending on how he DI'd, he actually might have died there. And at this point, because he has enough percent, that would have reset neutral or killed him. And there we go. Just like bait it right out and then like perfect spacing on that F tilt. That's what you need to do. Get used to using F tilt at the ledge. Please stop using F tilt. Oh yeah, I think we're going to do 2 more games here. So then that way it's basically we got 5 games with this. And then I think we'll probably call it quits on the stream then. Unless something else comes along. Yeah, I mean, something that you can kind of see here is like, the only stages that I think are a little bit rougher for us in this matchup is if you go to like the smaller stage ones, like if you go to Yoshi's or if you go to Smash Bros, because those are the smallest ones. So kind of like you're gonna be like in Wolf's burst range a lot more. So, actually, let me explain that little gunman there, because that was actually really smart. So, of course, at this point, Raito wanted to move the can, but like Wolf was kind of preventing that from happening. So, from this position right here, he was able to put the gunman right in front, and because there's enough lag between when the gun comes out, and when he can shoot the next one, it gave him just enough time to like just hit the can. But yeah, again, like Raito plays the gambling game so much. Like, okay, so for those of you who don't know, Raito's like a gigantic Haikyuu fan. Anime, volleyball anime, if you guys don't know what that is. Highly recommend checking it out, especially since we're in quarantine. That's a very good anime to watch to just like get yourself like super pumped to like get back and competing. Obviously, you're going to get the depression of going back into Smash Wi-Fi, and that's Smash Ultimate Wi-Fi is no good. Slippy's kind of base though. But one thing that I want to ask him is what team he relates the most to his gameplay. And I'm scared that the answer is Karasuno, or because like that's like the main team and all that stuff, and like they are way more based off of like doing like more wild things. Like they have a strong, solid foundation, but like they're definitely way more about like the super clutch plays than anything else, and like looking for like those exact openings. Where there's another team by the team of Nekoma where their entire strategy is just playing a very, very slow, patient game, just like receive endlessly and then just wear out your opponents. And then that's how you're going to get a lot more of those openings. But they also do have like really, really good spikers as well. And I hope to God when I talk to him, he says he wants to base his gameplay off of Nekoma. Just because I think that is like the most optimal way to think about Duck Hunt in a nutshell. Just because like if you play with that safety in mind, like Duck Hunt becomes like one of the most absolutely oppressive characters in the entire cast. And as long as you're playing to that strength, then you're going to do good. But if Raito's going to just keep rolling the dice like this, like he's going to lose more than like win consistently. But if he wins, it's going to look super cool. That's the difference there. How cool do you look doing it? Like that. That's kind of cool. Ooh, missed the tech there. God, that killed? Oh wow. I didn't think that would do that on stage. Oh wow, I did not think that was gonna work at all. That looks so weird. Okay, what is it with this reflector? Yeah, Raito is perfectly spacing can to ping it on the reflector. So that way it doesn't actually get reflected, and the only thing that's being reflected is this reticle hitbox and not the can itself. So theoretically, if you want to like mess with a Wolf player's mind to incredible levels where everything that they thought they knew about their character just gets turned upside down and they can't play the game that they want to play, literally do this and they're basically guaranteed to jump in this every single time, because when you reflect something you can immediately jump, and like that's really good because that allows them to be mobile immediately, and I think that's the only option he has available besides like drop reflector, and that basically stops that from being able to happen. And if you can do that, you can probably like destroy their confidence in using this move. Yeah, no, that's actually what he was doing there, and I think that's what happened in the last one too. So you can apply this to You can apply this to Wolf. You could apply this to Game & Watch. You could apply this to Fox. This will work on all of them. Like, honestly, for the Game & Watch matchup, this would be a very interesting thing to do. But most of the time, I think Game & Watch is going to be doing this in the air and drifting. So I don't think you're going to have this as available as often. But like Fox, like he halts all of his momentum. So that's going to be much easier to do. Wolf doesn't really halt his momentum as much. And then, of course, with Falco, because it's moving, it's not really reliable. But yeah, this is good to know. Oh, unfortunate timing with that. Oh, he almost had that call out there. Also, yeah, keep in mind that landing with Nair is also like very, very safe to do right here. And I do have to admit, I actually didn't know that you could like reticle ping around the reflector like that. But it makes sense because the hitbox on that's a lot larger than the can. Yeah, so like if you land with Nair, you're getting like -5, -6. Or if you did something like back air, it's -9, -10. So makes it pretty safe. You also pancake as well. So like grabs and certain up Bs will actually whiff you. So that's why like landing Nair is very, very good in a situation like that. Like there's not really any option that Wolf has that I think would cover that. Let me see. Let me check up smash real quick. I forget how fast that move is. Yeah, up smash is frame 13. So you definitely would have been able to shield that before that came out. Yeah, because the reflector's not reflecting the can. It's reflecting the attack. Big difference there. Well, landing Nair is amazing. Like especially for cross ups. That's like the biggest thing that I recommend it for. That was so smart. So I do think that he meant to throw the Wolf player into the can there. Like I'm pretty sure that's what that ping was. But however, this was a lot better to do just because then that way he didn't have all this stage to work with. So he kind of made it so that can would kill earlier by doing this. Don't think this was intentional, but it's actually better that it happened that way. Yeah, strong Nair is -6. Weak Nair is -7. Pretty sure that's what it said. Yeah, strong Nair is -6, weak Nair is -7. No, strong Nair is -6, at least on UFD. Okay, see, like now with this, like, yeah, Wolf has nothing against you. Like, Wolf can't approach. Also, that was a really weird up tilt. And up tilt's never going to be... Yeah, up tilt's -13 on shield. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're about to land, like, it's not really hard to time strong Nair as much. And even so, like, if for some odd reason you only get, like, weak Nair, like, which, honestly, that shouldn't happen if you're landing with it. Like, if you're landing with it, that means you're not starting it above their shield. Like, you're doing it, like, right as you get to their shield. Oh, yeah, he tried to call out, like, side B. Yeah, again, like, he's not keeping burst ranges into account. Also, like, little things like this. This is kind of this is like one instance where he had a really good setup here, but he didn't do too much with it. So, like, even if Wolf decided to reflect there, there's not too much he could really do with it. So, like, from here, I would just kind of, like, sit back since he's, like, at 99%. Because I know I can get, like, something strong like an up air. Or just, like, wait for him to roll. And, like, in this case, he did jump Nair backwards there. So if he just, like, kind of, like, scooted back a little bit with, like, crawl, then he would have been able to get a really good punish on him. Yeah. The other thing, too, is, like, Nair does actually give you some kill confirms as well. And, like, a lot of, like, really nice tech chase things. Ah, a little bit too far. Oh, went a little bit too far with that dash. Yeah, unfortunately he didn't keep the burst range in mind. That's like one thing that he's consistently messing up with this matchup. Yeah, see, like that was good. Like he's just like throwing out attacks, just to make him want to jump, and then calls it out with that fair. That's the thing. Like, there's so many different ways that you can influence how your opponent plays that you just like you kind of need to see how they just react to a lot of scenarios. And the more different people that you play, and like the more that you watch people, like the more you'll kind of just see these things fall in line. Like if you guys watched Metagame, like they talk about that a lot, like on the PPMD episodes and the Mango episodes. Because that's what Mango does. Mango just understands how you want to react, and that's what he punishes. And if you can do that with Duck Hunt, like you can just like make your opponent just never play the game. And that's really fun, because that requires a lot of work. Yo, he got hit by both hits of get up attack. So this is a very easy setup to do against Wolf. I think we want to start about here. So yeah, when somebody is like when Wolf is reflecting it because he jumps out of shield, you want to just like cover the jump with fair, and then as long as he jumps, then you hit him. But he decided to fast fall there. Yeah, again, like Wolf was just charging towards him, and all he had to do was hold shield on top of the can, and that would have like blown him up because like Wolf always crosses up there. That's the thing, like just a lot of really simple things that he just doesn't do. Yeah, Mart Slayer, good tech there, and so Lewin. Yeah, unfortunately, like he didn't have the spacing there, but he had the right idea of what he should have done. That's the other thing. You know, despite the fact that he has a reflector, as long as he presses a wrong button like laser at the wrong time, he can die by gunman. That's why it's still good to throw out. See, another good reason why to throw out jab, because like you can catch jumps and things like that. And see, Raito actually reset the can, and now look, he gets to use it here. He's probably going to die unless he DIs in. Oh no. Yeah. You know, unfortunately, like you have to like basically double jump out of there to get out of that, or you just have to throw out an attack. Like if he did like jump nair, or I would say jump fair, because like there's a good chance that he probably would have done dash back air, and that would have caught him out. But like jump fair is like more likely to catch something like that. Yeah. Look cool, but whoa, that looks so neat. I just wish that he like went for like the back air off of that or something like that. Like, oh, he could have gotten something that the back air might have killed at this area, but it's Battlefield, so probably not. It looks really cool though. Classic. So yeah, there's certain, I don't think that's one of those, but like there's some moves that you have to be frame perfect with when you do your can aside. And like if you're off like even by like a frame or two, like it just won't work. So something that you can remember is that like if they do hit the can, then it is going to make them like a little bit more laggy to it. So you can sometimes like throw out something like a down smash to like catch them doing something. But yeah, I don't think that one was frame perfect. I feel like I saw him like rev it up for a bit. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you got it on the third frame. Like, also in that position, yeah, like, I think he could have just gone for the Marth Slayer. And yeah, that's, okay, that's the spacing that you want to do. Okay, to give you an idea of, like, how nutty I was with Canicides, I used to be the absolute best player with the Canicide save. So for Corrin specifically, because of like how the tipper works, you needed to be frame perfect to do the canicides out of it. Otherwise, she would just tipper you, and then the can would just like fly away, and like there would be no explosion or anything like that. So I had like the timing to do that one, and then also to canicide outside of Fox up airs loops that he had, like the up tilt up airs. So then that way, like Fox would basically never kill me early, and then like if Fox was like at 120, he would die instead. It was the funniest thing in the world. Like my local Fox mains got like super triggered by by my canicides in that. Yeah, but like in this game, just because you don't go in the same direction, it's not nearly as good as it used to be. Because like back then, when you went in the same direction, like let's say for example, I was 10 or 20% lower than my opponent. I did canicide. If you were near the blast zone, I could up air them and kill them like immediately. So it was super good there. And it's not bad. Glad to see you back here. I also did see that you did take the time to follow me on Twitter as well. So shout out to that. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so you know how we were talking about like the reflector earlier and like people shielding on top of the can? So this spacing I want you guys to remember so hard because there's a couple of things that this spacing does. First of all, your back air misses the can. Super W on that. So that way, if you like hit their shield and you don't hit the can, then that way when you land, you'll be able to ping the can on their shield, or if they drop shield, then you can ping the can on them and still get a punish on them. The other thing too is this is about the spacing that you need, at least on a character this side, to get like to shield poke their head when they're shielding if it's exposed. So remember that spacing. That's a very good spacing to master. Oh man, that was unfortunate. So here, talking about like good places to place smash attacks, this would have been a very good position to do a down smash, just because it would catch here and then go back and then one more time. So the first one misses, then you get the second hitbox that's right here, and as long as he landed here, you'd probably catch him. And even if he decided to do like a double jump at that position, or even if he shields it, like it's kind of hard for him to get like an exact punish on you. Let me double check, because duck on down smash is, yeah, negative 24 on shield. So it's not like the safest thing, but he's not going to be able to get like from that positioning at max spacing, he's not going to be able to get like a smash attack on you. Yeah, so like, you know, while the gunman wasn't able to get any shots in, so the gunman in that position, if he didn't blow up, then it would have been able to punish him for going for laser, and then obviously, you know, because like he hit the can, then it just protects Raito from there. So that was a good gunman placement right there. What a bonus that is. Yeah, so it's like something that you can do is if you do clay pigeon on shield, you can literally hold the clay pigeon until they jump to detonate it. Or you can detonate at a certain point to give you like safe passage. Oh, I have no idea what that down air is. Yeah, like in a position like that, like wolf up air is never going to really kill you. So like doing full hop and then double jump is not a bad thing to do when you're like just like on the platform of wolf.
ここから間違えたクレイが
Yeah, so we try to go for the hard punish there.
あった
Oh my god.
今の変更どっちだ
Yeah, but yeah, you could basically say he died because he decided to go for clay pigeon there. That's the thing. Like the second that you go for like those hard, high commitment moves, like you're stuck with it. You can't take that back. And as long as your opponent's good enough at killing you, it's over. So that's why, like, you know, even a player like Raito, he does do these things. There are openings that you can find on him, and you can find these on basically anybody. So it's just like it comes down to you just like recognizing the vulnerabilities that you're putting up there. Do you want to play more safer? Are you trying to get like a bigger punish? Like, what are the risk rewards that you're going for in these situations? Obviously, there's one big caveat here is that they are just playing at his house. These are just friendlies. This isn't a tournament set. So there's not a lot of stakes here. So there's the saying that like he could play this very differently if he's in tournament bracket. That's entirely possible. But, you know, if this is how he wants to play, this is how he wants to play, like just for fun and all that stuff. But you can just kind of see just like the same mistakes that you guys make in your critiques. You know, he's doing these things in his friendlies too. So like if he's using this to grind or if he's just kind of doing this more for fun, I can't tell you for sure. But like he's definitely practicing to go back to tournaments again. I think he's only entered like 1 or 2 since they've come back, but he hasn't really been in too many of them. But yeah, if we do have the time again in the future, I definitely will come back and I'll look at these. If there are any like high level sets you want me to look at, I'd be more than happy to break them down for you guys as well. So feel free to send those to me as well. I don't mind taking a look at those if you don't have footage yourself. Like I know one of the people here, I forget who it was. Boss also might have been you. Like, you know, if you don't have access to good Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi at all, and there's just not much you can do in terms of playing and all that stuff, that's something else that you can do. There are definite... God, actually, I don't feel like I've seen him in a lot of... I don't feel like I've seen him in a lot of tournaments recently. But yeah, if you want me to take a look at some of his old ones, I wouldn't mind doing that either. I've been meaning to look back at the Umaburo that I commentated again just to see that, because like that was so much fun. That was honestly one of the funnest tournaments I've ever commentated, just because of like all the weird stuff that happened. And God, I hope I'm able to live in Japan so I can do more of those, because there's so many like cool hidden people there. But yeah, no, always feel free to send me those so that way I can break down, you know, professional gameplay and all that stuff. Like if there's things that you really want to learn about but you're not really able to send me things, that's a good second option to do.